Totally Kobold. And yes, that's at the top there, with the B backwards. They're doing this kind of Toys R Us thing. Ales are us. Totally Kobold. Tolly English Ale. And it says there, 2.8% volume. Eh? Right, this is going to be a different one to try, isn't it? 2.8%, yet it says full flavoured. Is that there to not make people worry? Simple enough bottle. For the Fallout fans out there, you can see it's a simple enough bottle cap. Anyway, there's nothing on the neck here. Nothing particular about the bottle, except it's saying here Brewing Perfection, emboldened at the bottom here. It's an interesting colour. It's always nice to see one that doesn't look like a urine sample. Yup. So we'll read the back. Tolly English Ale, brewed in Bury St Edmunds. This fine amber ale has been brewed using a complex mix of hops to offer balanced bitterness with strong tropical notes. All of the flavour you would expect from a great English ale, but only alcohol, 2.8% volume. Brewed by Green King, who do quite a lot. You'll notice that a lot of the ones you see don't evidently have like where they're from, but it's like one brewery actually handles a load. I'm in a different place today, so as such, I've got a tiny glass. And I'm going to be using the opener on the... This is not right, is it? It's not what you do. Anyway. And I don't like using this one. And it doesn't open it in one go. You just get this little... Tss, and then it's still, you know, it's like... I'm not open! Look at that. Look, 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 look. Look at actual that. You see this? Let's wrestle it from the other side. I won't let the bad opener ruin the review. That's a nice gentleman's working club smell to that. You know, like when you smell the sticky table that's been uncleaned in a poorly kept gentleman's club. Right, let's pour this little bad boy. Now, I would dearly love to be able to put it in a pint glass, but alas, there is no pint glass here. So I have one of these, and it's filled that, and there's a good more than half left. So yeah, it's a decent amount in the bottle. There's a fruitiness on the nose. Yet a very also typical characteristic wheaty, hoppy sort of smell as well with it. Not massively pleasant, but this could be unusual, more unusual as an ale goes. Let's have a go. I'm expecting possibly something more flavoured, fragranced in a way. You know, like a wine might be or something, but you know, we'll see. Fairly flat on the palate, fairly bland in its aftertaste. It's quite a lot of carbonation to that, actually, like you'd find with a wine, you know, like a sparkling white or something. It's not at all like a wine though. There's like an element of something else there with it, like a slight hint of cardboard. Cardboard, oh, come on. Just because of the low alcohol volume. I'm going to say, if you want to enjoy a drink that's not going to be too alcoholically imposing, then, you know, this would be fine, I suppose. You know, if you want to keep the limits down. But the initial flavour tastes very much like an ale in the mouth, but it's the aftertaste just sinks down to like a flat, wet cardboard and then into nothing, really. Although it is fairly easily drinkable if you want a drink. You know, it goes down easy enough. It's not as bad as some drinks have been, you know, recently. It's in the easygoing range, you know, like the honey dew type ones, you know, that sort of easygoing in that sense. It's almost something like woody in there. Again, it comes back to cardboard, doesn't it? If you analyse the taste, the aftertaste even deeper, you know, unfortunately, if you've got cardboard, the only way that cardboard gets richer is to be woody. But again, you know, this isn't this. See, I've had some drinks recently where, you know, I've tried them. I've tried giving them to Victor, and Victor's even took a drink and said, "Yeah, no, I don't like it." So, and I've not wanted to even finish it. So, you know, between us, we've barely got through even half a pint of it, and then it's just gone down the sink. There's been a few like that recently, but this isn't one of those. It's not imposing or characterful enough to be a detriment to your taste buds in any way, too much. It just isn't massively exciting either. Not too much wrong with it, not really very much right with it. I'd say, you know, plump for it if the idea of a 2.8% volume is unusual to you, which I think is the interesting thing to me, really, of like seeing such a low volume and sort of wondering, oh, I wonder what that would be like. You definitely notice it there in the flavour. Fairly easygoing little drink. Nothing to write home too much about. I'm going to grant this one 2.5 pints out of 5, simply because I will be able to drink it all. I'd just say that the advisory is, again, you know, if 2.8 sounds interesting to you, then you know what one to try and go for. If you don't want something that's going to taste yuck, at least, if you don't mind that it's going to be fairly plain. But otherwise, you know, if you really do like your drinks, there's not a whole great reason for going for this, you know, other than not wanting too high an alcoholic content. And for me, it's not about the alcoholic volume. It's about the flavour, the character, the entire experience of drinking it, enjoying it. And we will at some point get on to what some of my absolute favourite drinks are. I was even thinking about trying to get out to pubs if they'd allow me and doing some on-tap reviews there in person. If the opportunity arises, then I might look to record that. It would have to be on the smartphone. It's almost like a complete ale at first, for the first few couple of bits of a second. But again, that aftertaste, it's there every time. It doesn't change. It doesn't get worse as you drink it. It doesn't get better. It's just Tolly well, strange English ale. Tolly English, jolly English, totally cobbled. And it certainly is that. I think this cap sums it all up for you, really. Plain, but functional. 2.5 pints. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this, in a way. And I'll see you at the next one, guys. Take care.